A big motto to you interwebbers out there, and welcome once again to Grandad's Top Tips. What tip am I going to give you today? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make bread. You might ask yourself, why would you want to make bread when you can buy it for 99p at Lidl's or some other shop that may well sell bread? Well, the reason is you know exactly what's going into this bread. Not only that, but you put whatever you want into it. So, let's get a few essentials together and we'll just make this up as we go along. Right, some of the must-haves. One, radio. Any radio will do. We'll come to that in a minute. Let's have a look. We'll have a bowl. And we'll do this by cups, okay? Right, first things first, wash the hands and prep the surface, okay? You want to be nice and clean. So I'm just going to go over here and wash my hands. Ow! Right, hands washed. Let's have a quick wipe down of the surface here. There you go, a bit of Dettol, that'll do. Okay, and a tea towel thing. Oh. Okay. Right, okay then, so that's the surface prepped and clean. Right, what do we need? The first thing we need to do is get the yeast going, okay? And to get the yeast going, what you need is water, sugar, and yeast. That's all you need. The water needs to be a little bit warm as well, by the way. For this bread, what we're going to do is use cup measurements. And I'm going to use 4 cupfuls of flour. And also, using the same cup that you measured the flour with, I'm going to need about 1.5 cups of warm water. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the warm water first. Here's the first cup of water. Just splush it in the bowl. I'm just going to get another full cup of water. Okay, but I'm only going to put about 1/4 of that in here, okay? So that will do, okay? And I'm going to put that to one side, okay, just in case we need to add some more water later on. Right, just check that water. Okay, that's nice and warm. Okay, now we need a little bit of sugar. Then sugar, for me, I'm not over keen on sugar. So what I'm going to use is some honey, okay? Any brand of honey will do. Okay, we'll just carefully measure the honey out. So, do you think that's enough? I think that will. Now a bit more. There you go. Right, that's a perfect measurement of honey. It's called a splush of honey. Right, we will just put 1 teaspoonful of sugar in there just to help it get on. But sugar. Okay, we'll just add, yeah, 1 level teaspoon of sugar. Okay, that's just really just to help it get on. I don't think you'll taste that, but that'll be okay. And now just stir that in and dissolve it into the warm water. Okay, I'm just using some dried yeast here. It is bread yeast, okay? So I'm just going to pour that in. This is really cool. This is just do this. Just let that float on top of there, right? And then something cool will happen. What will happen is it will sink, okay? And as that activates, it will start to rise again. That's really cool. So we'll just leave that to activate, okay? When it starts sinking, I'll just come back and just show you it sinking. Take a look at this now, have a look at that. Right, you can now see the yeast has started to sink. Those little patches there, that's where the water goes. Oh, yeah, look at this one here. Okay, just take a look at that. As it gets, can you see it getting bigger? Oh, yeah, look there. Oh, wow, wow, look at that. Okay, as it sinks, it'll then activate with the sugar. It'll come alive then, and then it'll start producing carbon dioxide. And it's the carbon dioxide which makes the bread rise. Well, this is really cool. We'll be back when it starts rising. Then depending upon how warm the house is, okay, you'll see it start coming up. Can you see that coming up there? Just take that. Wow, bang, 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 bang. Wow. Now you don't have to do this, it's just a bit of interest what Grandad's thrown in on this. So we'll just leave that now for, let's just leave it for 5 minutes, okay guys? Back in 5. Guys, that's 5 minutes gone. Let's take a dive in here. Okay, so what we've got here is what we call a raft, okay? There's a raft of yeast basically floating on top of the water there. And also, whilst I was waiting for that to do its bit, what I thought I'd do is put some rosemary in there as well. So I've just chopped up some rosemary. Then you just throw whatever you want into bread, and that's a great thing about it. Bread's been around for, you know, thousands and thousands of years. So yeah, just experiment a little. Right, let's start off with some flour. Okay, once again, precision measurement. 1 cup, okay? And I'm going to put plain flour, or should I say plain bread flour. So we'll call that a cup, okay? Not bothered. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on. The 4th one, I think what I'll do is put 1 cup of wholemeal flour. Again, you can get it from other sources. You don't have to get it from Co-op. Whoops, did I say out that loud? Okay, you can buy it from other places as well. Again, just 1 cup of flour in there. Right, what else should we throw in there? Oops, gosh, look what Grandad's done. Made a bit of a mess there, not to worry. Right, let's throw in the rosemary. Salt, hang on. Okay, I've got a bag of sea salt here, which I quite like. So we'll just put a pinch of sea salt in there. Let's just go for another pinch actually. That's quite a bit there, okay? Just another little pinch, okay? There's some sea salt in there. Excellent. I've got some pine nuts here. Again, you get them from wherever you want. You can guess where Grandad goes shopping. Right, let me just, how many of these should we put in? Look, just to give you some idea of what I'm putting in, it doesn't really matter, but there you go. 1 spoonful of nuts. Right, 1 spoonful of pine nuts. Now we want to combine all this lot together. So just get a spoon and stir that all in. Right, do you remember I left some water? I only put 1 1/4 of water in there. So what we need to do, we need to get this as some kind of right texture. But bear in mind, you don't want it too watery, too runny, but you also don't want it too tight and clumpy. But when it's like this, it's now time to get messy, to get jiggy with it. So remember, clean hands everybody. I've got clean hands. Right, I'm just going to throw that there. Right, just dive in and try to scrape the flour off the side of the bowl like this, and then just mix it all in. And what you want is a texture like Play-Doh. Okay, then I can tell that's too dry. It's not too bad, so it just needs a little bit more water. Okay, so here's the water. Then don't go too crazy with this. Just put another, let's just say 1/4 of your cup there, okay? And when it starts off, it's going to feel horrible, but once it sets in there, okay, it'll feel a lot better. Okay, wow, I can feel that coming together nicely. Okay, and if you put too much water in there, then of course you need to add a bit of flour. But I would probably just leave that like that, because what we can do, or what we are going to do, is now put some flour onto our board here. What I'm going to do is just pour this into a cup, okay, because then I can get this out of here a bit more easier. Okay, let's just again sprinkle a little bit around. Okay, and oops. Okay, that's coming together now. I can feel that coming together. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wash my hands, okay, because this stickiness on my hands isn't helping with kneading the dough. Okay, so just spread a bit more flour on the old bench there, wish it around, and I'm just going to wash my hands. Okay, I'm back. I've washed my hands. Now then, you may remember we needed a radio. What's the radio for, you might ask? Hang on one moment. Okay, the radio is because what we need to do is we need to knead this now, and we need to knead it for about 10 minutes, okay? For me, 10 minutes is 3 songs. So, I'll just start kneading it, okay? Obviously, you can disappear. If the dough starts to get sticky, just get some more flour, okay? Not too much. Put it on the board there, okay? And just start kneading it. So 3 songs. I'll be back in 3 songs time. Okay, we're just about there now, but I'm just going to show you what we need to do. The idea of kneading bread is you kind of just push it down but stretch it out a little bit, okay? And what you're doing there is you're breaking down the proteins. Okay, just stretch it out, okay? So then you get into the... So what we're looking at is poke it in, and you see it just elastic back a bit there, okay? And once it starts pinging back like that, then you know it's done. If it stays right in there, then it's not quite kneaded enough, okay? So, what you need to do is just try and get it into a little ball, okay? Or a nice sort of shape, okay? I'll just do this myself. Just squeeze at the bottom bit, okay? Right, there is our dough. Looking quite good, feeling good as well. Okay, get a bowl, put a little bit of oil on it. Oh, have we done that yet? No. Let's get some oil, okay. This is just, what is this? This is rapeseed oil, but any oil will do. You can use olive oil. All it is, it's just to stop the bread sticking to this this dish. Just swish it around. There we go. Get mucky with it. Brilliant. Okay, just throw that in there. And then what you need is a damp cloth. Just put it on top there. The reason for putting the damp cloth on is you don't want the bread to dry out, okay? Because we're now going to leave that for at least an hour for it to double in size. And then you can leave it for an hour and a half, even 2 hours. It doesn't really matter, but you want it doubled in size, okay? Whatever you do not rush making bread, okay? Clean tea towel, warm water. Right, it's nearly warm. One moment. There you go, it's warming up nicely. Okay, and just get it nice and damp. It's probably still a bit dry. One moment. There you go, just rolling it on a bit. There we go. Wow. Okay, just put it on top of the bread like that. Okay, I'm now going to move that somewhere and put this in a warm place. Okay. I just leave it for an hour, come back and check it. If not, check it again in an hour and a half. Just wait for that to double in size. See you back in 1 hour. Let's take a quick look at the bread, shall we? Oh, wow. That's easily doubled in size. Okay. That's looking scrummy, yummy, yummy. Let's put a bit of flour on the board here. A little bit more, that'll do. Okay. Let's turn this out. Just get in there and turn it out. It's stuck a little bit, but hey, never mind. There you go. See how elasticy it is? That's brilliant. Right, just need to wash that out. Right, got plenty of air in there. What we don't want to do is bash it right down and get rid of all the air. So just stretch it, turn it a little bit, stretch it, fold it a little bit, okay? And then let us just put it back into our ball again, okay? Like so. Just re-oil the bowl. in there, make it nice and messy, and just gently plonk the bread in there. You can use the same towel here, and I'll just put it over here so we can get all the flour all over the. There you go. Back in 1 hour. Okay, there you go then. That's 1 hour gone. Let's have a look at the bread now. Oh, well, there you go. That looks quite scrummy. You know, there's several options. You can either put the bread into a bread tin. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go a bit rustic here, a bit artisan. And I'm just going to turn the bread out. No, I'm not. Let's put it in here. Let's see what happens if I put the bread in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just flour this up because I don't want it to stick. Okay, I'm going to turn the bread out. Okay, again, just try not to pop it. Okay, and can I get it out? Is it going to come out? Is it going to come out? There you go. Hang on a minute. Right. Okay, and I'm just going to gently get under there and mould it into a bread shape. Okay, I'll just put a bit more flour in there because I didn't want to lose that. Okay, put that. Okay, I think that'll probably do. Okay, we'll leave it for an hour to raise again. Now, I'm not going to put a towel on it this time because what I want it to do is just freely adopt the shape it's going to adopt. Okay, so back in 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour's gone by, and look at this. So this isn't very good for making sandwiches with. This is going to be sharing bread, okay? And well, maybe I'll make something tonight, and I'll show you what I'm going to make tonight, and we'll just pull it apart. It's going to be yummy yum scrum. Right. In the meantime, let's heat up the oven. Let's put it to 180. Okay, so the oven's warming up at 180. Here's the bread now, and we will cook that for, I don't know, 20 minutes to half an hour. That's all it will take. So let's wait for the oven to get to temperature and we'll bung it in. Okay, so the oven is already up to temperature. Let's just throw this in. There you go. All right. I'm going to leave it in there for 15 minutes, okay, then I'm going to check on it. And what I'm going to do then is, because it's quite a shallow dish, I'm just going to put some tin foil on top of it in 15 minutes time, just stop the top from burning so that the bottom can cook properly. Okay, be back later. That's 20 minutes. Well, maybe about 23, 24 minutes. So let's take a look. At 15 minutes I did go in there and put the tin foil on. And there you go. Right, let's just get this out. See what it looks like. Let's put it there for now. Well, there you go. Wow, what do you think? Then how you tell that it's... Oh, okay, it sounds a bit... Can you hear that? That's nice and that's got a thud to it. I think what I'm going to do is just put it in for another 5 minutes. And... Shall I leave the top off? I think I'll leave the top off, let it go a bit browner. There we go, back in 5 minutes. Okay, so that's another 5 minutes gone. Let's take a quick peek at it now. Oh, there we go. Right, so a quick tap on it. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. Okay, I'm just going to turn that out and put it on top of this wire rack. I think it's now time for Grandad to say Grandad out. But no, I'm not going to do that because I think I might just rustle up a quick meal to have with that lovely bread to share. I'll be back soon. Okay, the bread's out cooling down on this rack. Then look at that, that's going to be scrum. Let's quickly rustle up something nice. Okay, here we go. Take a zoom in on that. Okay, Camembert cheese, okay. I've just taken off the skin. There's no need to because actually that is quite edible. But let's throw a dollop of that in there. What we have here is handful of mushrooms. Let's throw them in there. What else do we have? We have a handful of onions. Okay, throw those in there. Then I don't like my garlic too strong, but we've got 2 cloves of garlic there, and I'm going to fish that out at the end. Okay, let's just throw that in there. Okay, that's scrummy, scrummy, scrum. Right, I now need some olive oil. Okay, here we go. Let's have a splash of olive oil. I think that'll probably do. We'll have some salt. I think that should do. We'll have a squidge of pepper. Oh, okay, then. I think that should do. Okay, let's make it a bit of Italian-y. Let's shove some oregano in there. Let's just have a look. What do you reckon? That should be enough? Yeah, there we go. Right, again, with your hands, just get in there. Give it a little bit of a toss. Okay, the oven, I'm just going to wash my hands now. Okay, so the oven is already hot from where we just made the bread. I think I keep it the same temperature, which is, well, 180. Let's get this, throw it in the oven for, what do we say, 30 minutes. See how precise this is? Right, I've also got some pasta, which I will cook now. Pasta only takes about 10 minutes to cook, so what I'm going to do now is just get a pan on the boil. That's 15 minutes into the cooking process. Let's take a look-see and see what's happening in there. Grandad's barbecue gloves. Right. Oh, ouch, 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 ouchie, ouchie, ouch, ouch. Okay then, there we go. What we're going to do is just get a couple of wooden spoons here. And we'll toss it around. Oh yeah, just look at that, eh? That's going to be lush. Right, put that there. Right, some more things I thought I might put in. I've got some pine nuts here. Let's just sprinkle them in. Oh yeah, there you go. Now I'll put a couple more in there. Spinach. Let's put some spinach in. Just one moment. Let's get the water out. Let's put a couple of blobs of spinach in there. And again, just give it a little bit of a mix up. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, I'm now going to throw that back in the oven, and then I will start the pasta. Right, pasta, just dry pasta. I don't know what you call this. Pasta. Boiling water, dunk it in, give it a stir. Why not? Okay, I'll be back in a minute to give that another stir. Only about 8 minutes, so give it 4 minutes first, and I'll come back and give it a stir, and we're nearly there. Okay, right, here we are at the tear and share. Oh, just look at this. This is scrum. Let's just put a bit of this on the old plate there. And here we go for the bread. Let's just tear a bit of that off. Okay, I've got a fork. I need a knife. Okay, let's. Here we go then. This is going to be scrum. Oh, look at the colours there. Okay, here we go. What can I say? Grandad out.